Ever notice when there's a hurricane, they send a reporter out to tell you the wind is blowing? I get it now. I'm standing in a blizzard of birds. It's May 1st. I'm in Port Aransas, Texas, just outside of Corpus Christi. Birds are streaming in from the Gulf of Mexico after traveling thousands of miles from South America, looking for the first tree they can find so they can rest. Whew. It's called the Willows. It's just a grove of trees behind this resort, but it's right on the edge of the Gulf, and all the birds cross the Gulf, stream right over the tennis court and into this grove, and they're coming in by the hundreds. I've never seen anything like this, and I'm old. And it's like 20 redstarts will come in all at once, then replaced by 30 magnolia warblers. The Baltimore orioles are streaming in, and the orchard orioles are with them. It's like birds everywhere. And this is it. It's all it is. It's this, just a grove. But it's just the right spot. Everybody local knows about it. The spot is famous. It's an eBird hotspot, and you can walk around it in 30 seconds. They're also coming in by species. All the orioles came in at once. Big group of orioles. They've kind of faded out. Redstarts took over, and hundreds. I'm just streaming in. Magnolia warblers then took over, and black-throated greens seem to be picking up a little bit. And is that a Kentucky? Not one, not two, but three indigo buntings just suddenly popped through the fence and right down there. They're tired and hungry, and they don't care if humans are standing right here. They do not care. And watching all of this right over his head, a purple gallinule. This is a massive landfall. The same thing is going on just up the road at Leona Bell Turnbull Birding Center. The trees adjacent to the parking lot are alive. Wilson's warbler. I did not see this coming. Even the path offers birds that are more hungry than fearful. This dunlin may as well be a pigeon walking right underfoot. But the fallout is not why I'm here. According to eBird, this hotspot is one of the hottest spots in Texas. How often do you see this along the Gulf Coast and even along the coast of Florida and Georgia? You have a water treatment plant releasing a lot of clean water out into a sewage lagoon, and it becomes incredible waterfowl habitat. And ducks aren't the only birds in abundance. Wading birds love the shallow pool. Oh, this is not good. Birding is so exciting. I rushed out of the car without my raincoat, and guess what? I make it 20 roseate spoonbills over there. What'd you get? The bill on this dowitcher is so long, he could drill for oil. Dowitcher, Dunlin, Phalarope, I think those are semi-palmated sandpipers, right? This is kind of funny. I was here 15 years ago, and the boardwalk was here on this part, not that part. And there was one observation little tower, and I think I was the only one here. Today, it's really built out, and a crowd shows up, which goes to show when you got a good thing, use it. You read about how Wilson's phalarope spin in circles to stir up food in a vortex. and then you see it. Wilson's phalaropes are shadowing American avocets, snatching morsels that they stir up. I didn't know they did that. Boy, that's just a lot to swallow. So I'll be honest with you. I expected a lot. I did not expect Fulvous whistling duck. I've seen them once before, and now they're just at my feet. A lot. Gotta say, that was the best birding I've ever done while getting soaking wet. That was the rain. This is where eBird makes things more interesting. Just up the road from the Leona Bell Turnbull Nature Center, there's another bright red pin marking Holt Paradise Pond. Anything red is really good, and I didn't know it was there, so here we are. And the same major fallout is going on here too. Oh, and yeah, put on a raincoat and a different hat. The other one's soaked. It's one of those fallout days where everything just falls into your lap. I got at least 15 species of warbler in here. Oh boy. I'm going with the Cadian flycatcher until someone tells me in the comments what I got wrong. So typical. It looks like an oasis to any migrating bird flying over, and they all just load right in here by big numbers. Ruby-crowned kinglet, American redstart, and you. Boardwalk over a wetland. You know what that means. People can't leave the trail, and the birds just stop worrying about it. Thanks to eBird for showing me this really birdy hotspot. And thanks again, eBird, for the incredibly rare bird you're about to show me. We're heading into downtown Corpus Christi next. Another part of exciting trip planning is when you book a hotel right next to the Gulf, and your view is a World War II aircraft carrier, USS Lexington. It's May 2nd, 2026, downtown Corpus Christi. If you've been following along, you know that I've been on a 9-day itinerary going from the Texas Hill Country to the Rio Grande Valley and now to the Texas Coastal Bend in Corpus Christi, where I am right now. I used eBird, starting with the target species list. It made a list for me of all the birds that I have not seen in North America that might be right here in Texas. I used the species list to figure out what general area they might be in. I used the hotspots map to figure out where most people in this area go birding, and the redder the pin, the better it is. And I used the checklists for what people are seeing in recent posts to know what's recently been happening here. And I set myself up for a rare bird alert for all of Texas. You can do that, and you can even do it county by county. I set it up for Nueces County, which I think is how to pronounce it, which contains Corpus Christi and also Port Aransas. That's how I knew there was a cattle tyrant here. What's a cattle tyrant? It'll even tell you. Spoiler alert, it's a South American tyrant flycatcher that didn't just wander far, far from home. It adopted Corpus Christi's dumpsters, and it's been coming back every year for the past 3 years. It's the only time this species has ever been seen north of Panama. Best of all, it's right on the way to Aransas National Wildlife Refuge, which is our next destination. Well, this is different. Last time I was here at Aransas National Wildlife Refuge 15 years ago, it was so foggy I could not see the front of the car while driving. So one of the big draws of Aransas National Wildlife Refuge is that in the winter, it is a population of the endangered whooping cranes. And they all left about 2 weeks ago. So what's the protocol here? This alligator is just sitting in the grass next to me, 15 feet away, and they can run up to 30 miles an hour. I guess I ignore him. I don't think that gator respects me at all. Just closed his eyes and went back to sleep. So a little stream, mostly dried out, right next to the trail. So egrets are popping up. Yellow-crowned night heron, tricolored heron, green heron, just sort of popping up over the path and then down again. Okay, this is kind of fun. It's good birding, but it's really subtle. Not a lot of bird noise. All the wading birds are being quiet, except when they squawk off out of the bushes. And little songbirds, warblers, and sparrows just flitting around quietly in the brush without revealing themselves. Got to actually work on this walk, but that's fun. Tell you what, these alligators are putting a little more sport into birding. Yellow-billed cuckoos calling all over the place, but have I seen one? No. Is there anything more secretive than a cuckoo? So you know there was a big fallout of indigo buntings coming across the Gulf yesterday, and they're still traveling around in clouds. There's probably about 50, but they're all moving so fast it's really hard to get on them, so, you know, take my word for it. Eastern warbling vireo. They are all over. I used to think they were unusual, but the more I travel, the more I run into them. So if you see these pads along the walk, I don't think those were made by humans. And I don't think you should walk down to see what did make them. This one's got his back to us. We can sneak up on him and play tag. Oh, nope, he's looking up. Nothing to see here, moving along. The big draw at Aransas are the whooping cranes. But it's spring and they're on their way back up to Wood Buffalo National Park in Alberta, Canada. But there's still a lot of birds to enjoy at this refuge, and a grand view comes from the observation tower built to watch the cranes. I gotta say, this is one of the best observation towers I have ever been on. Not only is the view incredible, but it comes up to the tree area and you can see birds looking down. Eastern wood pewee with a white-eyed vireo singing behind it. Oh, that's cute. Tell you the truth, looking down at the birds isn't all that helpful. I don't ever see them from the top like this. Some that are here: painted bunting, Tennessee warbler, Philadelphia vireo, black-throated green warbler, and 2 others I missed. It's nice up here, but that boardwalk down there is closer, so let's go. And right there, that's how you know it's a reddish egret. If you see an egret doing canopy feeding like that, 9 times out of 10, it's a reddish egret. And you can see that from a mile away. I've had people tell me Aransas National Wildlife Refuge is one of the best in America, and I cannot disagree. This boardwalk, that tower, the wildlife drive, the loop road, all the side trails, all the birding opportunities, and this isn't even their best season. But it's my best season in Maine. All those neotropical migrants that are passing through Texas right now are headed my way, and I better be there to greet them. Till next time, Texas.